thanks for joining me today. I'm Bonnie and I'm going to be your mixologist. We're going to be making one of my favorite drinks today. It's called the butterfly effect. First, I'm just going to go over really quick what it is you're going to need to make this drink, and then we'll get right to it. So first of all, you're going to need gin. Today we have St. George gin, some sort of club soda, honey, our pea flower simple syrup, a lemon, and then equipment. You're going to need a cutting board and knife for our lemon, a cocktail shaker, a jigger of some kind, and a cocktail spoon. And then in addition to that, you'll want to get some ice handy and also a tall glass. I prefer a Collins glass, but any tall glass will do for this particular cocktail. And then lastly, you're going to want to get some sort of cup or vessel to put our lemon juice in. Perfect. So now that we are all set, we're going to get right to making the butterfly effect cocktail. First thing that I like to do is get the lemon ready for juicing. So whenever I'm going to be juicing a citrus, first thing I do is put it on a hard surface, give it a little bit of pressure, and roll it around. You'll start to feel it get a little bit squishier, and that is great for juicing. We really want to release all those juices and make it easier for us to get it into our little glass. So perfect. We're just going to roll around for maybe like 10 to 15 seconds. And you can already see, you'll be able to tell that there's a difference. I'm going to do mine a little bit more because it is still a little tough, and I want to make sure to be able to get as much lemon juice as I can out of there. Perfect. Now it is great. So then we're just going to take our knife and very carefully cut that in half. And you'll see that some of the juices already come out of that. That means that we were successful with our rolling of the citrus. And then we're just going to cut one little wheel, and that will be our garnish for later. So we'll just set that aside. And then we're going to take our glass for our juice and then just juice that right in there. Do not worry about getting any seeds in there. That's perfectly fine. We're going to be straining this into the cocktail later, so we don't need to worry about any seeds. We'll get those out of the way. Perfect. And you don't need to get a lot of juice, half an ounce. We're really just adding this in for the cool effect at the end, and then also for a little bit of tartness to this cocktail. Perfect. Now I have juiced my lemon. I've got probably about a half ounce of lemon juice. I'm just going to set that to the side and also put my cutting board to the side for later as well. So the first thing we are going to do is get our cocktail shaker, and we are going to start putting elements into there. The first being our gin. Today we have St. George gin. You can use whatever type of gin you'd like to use. I am a big Hendrick's fan, so I typically use that in my gin drinks. But you can also use vodka if you're not a gin fan. You won't get that extra juniper and other herbal flavors that you get from gin, but it will still be light and refreshing. So I'm going to take my jigger and measure in 3 ounces of gin. My jigger has 1.5 ounces on one side and 1 ounce on the other. So I'm going to do 2 of the larger side. Perfect. And then we're just going to set this gin aside. And the next thing we're going to put in there is going to be the simple syrup. So today we have pea flower simple syrup, which is something we make in-house using pea flower blossoms and sugar and water. And we are going to do 2 ounces of that simple syrup right into the shaker. You will notice the deep blue color of the pea flower simple syrup. It is a very highly concentrated color, so just be careful not to spill that too much. It might stain a little if you have any white things, so just be careful. Awesome. So now that that's in there, the last element we're going to add in is going to be our honey. I have acacia honey today, which is a mild honey, and that is also going to add some sweetness like the simple syrup did, but the simple syrup has that pea flower blossom to temper it a little bit. That pea flower blossom has kind of an earthy, woodsy flavor, So mixing that with the simple syrup is a different type of sweetness than you would get with honey. Perfect. So I've done roughly 1 ounce. You can use your jigger if you'd like to measure it that way, or you're welcome to just use a tablespoon. A tablespoon of honey is pretty relative to 1 ounce. Perfect, and I'm just gonna kind of wash that off that spoon a little bit. Great. Now we are ready for using our shaker, so we're gonna fill it with some ice. And shakers are really awesome for fully incorporating elements to your drink. So if you're doing a cocktail that you want to have those elements fully incorporated, that is great. If you're doing more of like a layered cocktail where you want the experience to be different with every sip, then you would not shake your drink. We're gonna put that top on tight. Make sure that that's good. Get a good grip. And we're just gonna shake for maybe 20 to 30 seconds just to fully incorporate, dilute a little bit, and chill it. So you'll start to feel this get really cold and you'll see some condensation. And that's a good indicator that it's working. I can already feel that getting cold on my hand. So I'm just gonna do a couple more seconds and then we're good. Just gonna put that to the side for right now and get our next element ready for our cocktail. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna be pouring into the glass. So we're gonna take our tall glass and fill that with ice. You don't need to fill it all the way to the top, but a good portion of ice in there. That looks great to me. So now we are going to take our cocktail shaker and we're gonna strain that into the glass. You can be careful when you're opening this up because sometimes it tends to spill over a little bit. And then we're just gonna pour that right in. And you will see a beautiful blue color that's coming from the simple syrup. And you should have about 1 to 2 extra inches. There we go, at the top. And then you are just gonna take your club soda. I'm just gonna clean up after myself a little bit. Perfect. You're just gonna take your club soda and put it right on top. This is called floating your club soda. And you wanna go maybe till you have about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of space at the top. And you'll see that it does dilute that beautiful blue color just a little bit. You'll see a good separation. And that is great for this cocktail because you'll be able to see this cool magic effect even clearer. So I'm gonna take my strainer, but you are welcome to use the top of your cocktail shaker as a strainer as well. And just put that on top of my glass and pour in that lemon juice. This is my favorite part of the cocktail. I love to make this cocktail in front of my friends and family at summer parties, barbecues, those sorts of things, because it always is a wow factor. Great. And you will pretty immediately be able to see why. You can see where it hits that blue, it starts to change color. Now we're gonna take our cocktail spoon and just stir it in, fully incorporate that lemon juice and that club soda. And you'll see that magically, we have transformed our drink from a deep blue to a really beautiful, lush purple. And that is the pea flower blossom for you that is making that effect. It reacts to the pH balance and whatever's added to it. So we added lemon, and lemon gives it this beautiful purple color. Were you to add something like hibiscus flowers, that would actually make it more of a bright red. So it's a really fun element to incorporate into cocktails. You can incorporate it this way with simple syrup. You can also incorporate it with bitters. You can incorporate it with your sugars. You can incorporate it into your ice cubes, and it'll change colors as your ice cubes melt. It's a really, really fun element that I like to add to all of my cocktails. And our last little bit of business is we're going to just notch that lemon wheel, put it on the side, and that is our butterfly effect cocktail. A really nice, effervescent, sweet and tart summer drink. So good. Enjoy, guys. Hopefully we can get together again soon for another mixology class here with Biscuits and Berries. Have a good day.